All right, welcome to the Monday memory team meeting. Jump right into it. So we had a follow-up item on our retro from last time where we talked about improving the data feedback cycle, and that's a follow-up item for the company-wide retro coming up, I think, in a week or so. And I had a question. We put in there that we now have our own GCP project, so it'll be much easier for us to get a fast feedback loop. What exactly does that mean?
I don't know.
All right then. Well, have everybody take a look at the issue and see maybe there's some more context there that I didn't cut and paste.
Maybe the only idea comes to my mind is that we have a GCP account to try to deploy something to GCP use. I don't know. I don't think it's related to the production data or something like this.
Okay. That you might be right.
So I was more thinking about definitely like account, not access to some specific data. I don't know. I didn't look into this except what we were looking when we looked into Workhorse.
Okay. I think you might be right. I remember an access request for that. I will follow up. All right. So priorities for 13.5. We have 2.5 weeks, just under 3 weeks left. One of the goals was to wrap up image resizing, and we had this epic in here. For those that are here, does it still feel realistic that we can wrap up all these items in here?
I think we can, but maybe I will need someone else's help because I'm currently doing this configure image scaling max procs via environment.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we also need to roll out and test it in production when we have the Workhorse version being released. But today, what I've seen, we only had security releases on GitLab.com in the morning. So probably it will be tomorrow or later today. And then I think the big thing is this handover issue, the first one, which needs attention. So correlation ID, there is some draft MR from Igor, but I didn't look into this. I don't know how complete it is. So caching options, I didn't look into this. I assume we will ignore it because if we'll see that in production, it won't require much time to resize. But still, maybe we'll need some, summary on caching in it.
Okay.
So I'm not sure I alone could handle this in 2 weeks. Maybe I could, but not 100% sure. So if we split it a bit, then it's quite possible.
Sound like you said the documentation piece may carry over. Is that right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think this handover issue, that would carry over. I pretty much think we will be able to close these technical issues because they're much more straightforward, at least for me.
Okay.
Again,
and of course, we need
can split the work if you need help with any of these.
Okay.
And yeah, I think it's highly depends what we see in production. I don't expect any surprises, but still, I mean, there could be some new information when we start running it. Either, maybe somebody will see and will not be happy with the quality or something like this. So we'll see.
Okay.
I will start rollout as early as possible when I see this went to production. I mean, when the workhorse version went to production.
Sounds good. And Nicola, you said you might be able to help out.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. It looks like Chinyu updated the next one. So cache SQL call solutions.
I paired up several times with Xingyu, and I'm also working on currently, I think that Alexei is also assigned to this issue, but he's not looking at it at the moment for like project create endpoints. And it's the similar story as the Xingyu already stated. The biggest problem with this N+1 cache pair is like we have difficulties in reproducing it in a local environment. Like for production, they're easily spottable because they have, like we have projects with a lot of data, but on local environment, it's really difficult to find out like what is causing them and to debug them. So I'm still struggling with project create, and I think that Xingyu also struggled with jobs controller show action as well. So we are kind of trying to focus to like solve at least two of them, just so we can document like how we want to test, how we can reproduce, and how we can debug. But the problematic part is like reproducing it on local environment. Like I'm able to reproduce it 100% the time on staging and on production, but on local environment, I'm still struggling to see those numbers.
So, Nicola, maybe like we could look together on that on office hours tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
So,
That
like,
would be great. Like, I guess it's something stupid, but and probably connected with both. Maybe with local environment, something is different. I don't know.
I mean,
Please ping me as well, because I'm also curious.
Because it's strange. It's not just this endpoint. Like the three last endpoints that we were looking for, like nothing happened on local, and it's obvious that it's happening on staging and production.
yes,
Maybe it's just data, but
like the data structure that we have on GitLab.com, it's like it's testing all possible edge cases, and like our fixtures on GDK or GCK, they are kind of lacking, and
yeah.
it's always very hard, and it's pretty hard like to reproduce the same structure unless you know exactly what to look at, or like what to look for, and like teams adding new features, they very rarely add this structure.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, I know.
Hard not.
Okay. And then the next couple, it looks like we'll look at them later. So Chinyu was going to pick up the Rum on GitLab. And then it looks like we haven't started anything on Ruby 2.7, which is fine. Stan updated with some interesting findings and recordings of all the warnings on that epic. So I linked to the note there. But it's a problem for future us. And then Camille, you're working on feature flags.
Yeah, so basically like these are like the first and I have to finish this release because GitLab Runner team is kind of depending on fixing like very long outstanding bug. And there are also like items related to the feature flags that I'm looking over. That's it, I guess. Like maybe we could look at crack at the reach issue, maybe like on Wednesday, and decide if it's enough to close our rollout issue. I think it should be fine. There is still like a plenty of the feature flags that people didn't claim, but like I don't know, it seems that over 50% is right now covered. So maybe it's like good to kind of keep it as is for now.
Okay. And then you had a question below about the project import feature flags.
Yeah, so I look at the list and I only saw like 2 feature flags that maybe are related to us that are not claimed. And they have Nicola name behind them because Nicola introduced them. And the question is like how we handle them. Do we like create a rollout issue for the manage import team, or we wait for the manage import team to kind of do that?
I'm guessing it's probably slipped their mind, so we should probably just create it for them since we're the ones that introduced it.
Sorry, like it's not about the rollout issue because like these features are already rolled out.
Right.
So it's rather like filling the details and maybe like linking when they should be removed. Because at this point, I think like it's more about like removal of these feature flags than the rollout and like acknowledging the ownership of them.
Maybe we could start by indicating the ownership and then let them decide when they want to get rid of them.
Well, I would probably ask import team because I think for them it would be nice to familiarize themselves that they have these flags and they need to remove it accidentally. So sooner or later they will still need to, I mean, to know, to think about these flags. Why not now?
Sure.
When filling the information.
Yeah. Does anybody want to do that, or I can pick it up? It's fine. All right, I'll take it.
Thanks.
I gave it the awkward moment. So.
Greg, like you didn't give us enough time to respond.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Couple of days.
But thank you.
There has to be longer pause.
I can ask the question again if there's a follow-up volunteer.
No, like you already took it. Like there's no refund.
Yeah, it would just be awkward if I asked again, right? We don't want to do that. Okay. We've actually hit all the agenda items. Are there any other topics anybody wants to cover?
Well, I just wanted to say that in Workhorse there is still discussion about moving image components into separate issue. It's quite interesting, and I'm not sure how it will unfold, but I don't think we should like change our course of action. No.
Yeah, I saw the comment
because
there.
I mean, it may affect how we put this handover issue. Maybe we will need to link these concerns to the team.
This is still like related to design management, which is totally separate issue at the moment. They're using
both.
graphic magic and everything else, right?
Yeah, but when they will start to move it, it wouldn't make sense to keep like resizing in Workhorse and keep, let's say, resizing on upload in separate component, in my opinion. I think if they will move it, if they will decide to do that, everything will go into this component, both like uploading and dynamic resizing.
You think?
I don't know, actually.
So
I
like
think yes.
So like we would use the same CMD that we have for the Workhorse for resizing, or we would do something different?
I don't know. For now, they just started the discussion because they're not sure about static part, but I think that, I don't know, kind of same concerns applied, no, to what we have here. If they're so afraid about resource blow.
Yeah, but it can be tricky because they want now to like convert PDF to images and store it. So it's questionable. Our component currently with the library doesn't probably support that.
Yeah. I mean, for now, they're mostly concerned about static part,
But
about what we do on upload.
The whole design management is a little bit problematic. They need to decide what to do with it, because even if we end up using our component in the end, like career rate need to be like integrated, and yeah, it can be, I don't know, it's we didn't like spend a lot of time to think how they're gonna move design management to our component, if they're gonna use
I just don't feel that our dynamic resizing not completely like, it's not completely disconnected from static resizing, because I mean the ideal path that was mentioned by Tim, I believe that what we implement as dynamic resizing could be used later for design management, right? I mean, maybe in a static way, but the same libraries, the same approaches.
Yeah, that would make perfect sense. I agree.
And that's why this discussion of theirs may affect like this feature in the future, but probably not on our post, I hope.
So like image magic for the rescue?
Yeah, it will end up that way sooner or later.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, nothing else.
I have a question for Grant. Grant, do you have any updates for demo template thing and due dates? Do you need me to take a look into the code again?
If you could take a light look, that'd be amazing. If you have time. If you don't have time, that's also fine. It's just, this is just purely a bonus at this point. It'd be nice to get in because I know it'll make the dev team very happy. But if we can't figure out a way to deal with it, then oh well, we'll do it as the next iteration. But yeah, after we kind of you talked to me about how how input works nowadays with it being indie JSON and being more of a, you can't do a big batch operation like what we were trying to do, or I was trying to do. It just makes it more complicated. So
yeah,
I don't know. So that's something to maybe tackle there. But yeah, if you can have a quick look and see if there's anything obvious, if there's like, oh, actually this actually is an easy way to do this. If not, then that's fine. I'm going to be off next week, so I want to get this up for review sooner rather than later to get in for 13.5. So I'm not looking for anything heavy here. So if you have a quick look, if you have a little moment, that'd be great.
Okay, I'll ping you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Right. Awkward silence. If there's nothing else, let everybody get some time back.
Okay. See ya.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a great Monday.
Yep. Yeah, great Monday. See you guys. Bye.